All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to the apostles, elders, a great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, pushing the work in truth and in sincerity. All right, of course, bringing forth the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai. That testimony is the spirit of prophecy. Prophecy means to say before. All right, and we're risen up in these last and evil days to bring forth what's going to happen before it happens, simply. All right. Um, and prophecy is the best thing going. Okay, so the name of this lesson is "Let the Tyranny Begin." All right, let the tyranny begin. Okay, and as we notice, Esau is mobilizing. All right, and yeah, I got this article. I kind of want to go straight into it. All right, all right, and it says here. So let me get rid of this. Oh well. Okay, Trump says ICE can arrest people at churches and schools, directs agencies to use common sense. All right. This is heavy because, we told you, this devil is going to come down with great wrath. All right. And this is part of it. Okay. And of course, this is definitely not where it's going to end. All right. They're going to definitely, um, there's going to be other excuses to, round people up. All right. Because we're going into the age of, Esau bringing down great wrath or coming down with great wrath. Okay, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So these are uh, here. Let me do this. These are just you know the beginning stages, so to speak. All right. Um, yeah, man. Let's read a little bit into it. Then we're gonna go into some precepts because there's a lot of things happening. Um, and yeah, I mean, this is noteworthy. This is worthy of a mention. All right. It's a lot of things going on. Like we told you, all right. Elon Musk passes the $500 billion AI project Trump announced, which that's a ploy as well. They're not against each other. They're willing to do whatever it takes to bring in the AI infrastructure. All right. It says claiming its backers don't have the money. That's bull crap. All right. And we know how they play. All right. So shortly after President Donald Trump announced a new massive AI infrastructure invested from the White House, first buddy Elon Musk tried to tear it down. All right. Well, of course they're gonna do that on the mainstream media. Okay. Present an idea, and somebody pushes back as if you know there is somewhat of a struggle, but we know ultimately they want to consolidate control to essentially bring in the RFID uh, um, you know chip as a mandatory thing, okay, which would fulfill the MOTB, all right, the market of beast prophecy, okay. This ultimately that's what it's going to lead to, all right. So you still got individuals out there who you know who can't seem to see where this thing is leading, okay. All right. I just figured that was noteworthy. Noteworthy. I'm sure elders are going into it more. You know, uh, news for Stargate AI. All right. I guess that's the uh, the name of it. All right, and it was founded yesterday, right? January 21st, 2025. It's a joint venture. Stargate is an American artificial intelligence company created by OpenAI, SoftBank, Oracle, and MGX. The company plans on investing up to $500 billion in AI infrastructure in the United States by 2029. All right. And so, in order to that means they're going to be moving really fast. All right. to lay down the infrastructure, which they somewhat have the backbone to that infrastructure already. All right, with certain surveillance systems and things already put in place. Okay, next thing you know, you will be seeing drones fly over regularly. All right, and yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Uh, you know, um, and so we're pretty much already in that police state. And here, this article proves it. Okay, we're already in that tyranny, and it's only going to evolve. All right, okay. Next thing you know, there's going to be another crisis. All right, and of course they're going to have to blame somebody for it. Okay, because this ain't gonna stop just here. I can guarantee you that they're gonna make use of the military. All right, okay, because we've been telling you for years this was gonna be a thing. All right, I'm gonna just say Walmart. All right, okay, key code word. Okay, is a replacement of civilian government by military rule. All right, and this is why over the years they have been militarizing the police. All right, they're giving them MRAPs, you know, military equipment, you know, because what we know that America is a battlefield, okay, and the citizens are now the enemy combatants. Anybody could be an enemy combatant, and that's what they're going to be pushing, okay. Domestic terrorism, and treason and all of these things are going to be a thing in the news, right? And then, of course, they're going to try to link us with terrorism. All right, which you seen the video vocab made the other day, right? And I said, to one of the elders, man, for every one Hebrew Israelite, there's 10,000 murderous Christians out there. So you know the crimes that Jake commit, if it's a religious one, right? If they're blaming God, right? They're too far in between, But of course, they're gonna have to make the connection because if you thought they didn't know we were Israelites, all right, and if you thought that they weren't afraid of the awakening, then you have been mistaken. All right, this is a real thing, okay? And Esau is going to use whatever he has, and whatever excuses to justify the means of doing what they have always done was rape, rob, murder. All right, it's the same mo. Okay, nothing changed. All right, so tyranny is here now. All right, you ain't got to look. You ain't got to look for it. It's here. It's gonna meet you at your front door, literally. All right, especially for those immigrants. And don't be surprised if they fight against, if you got skirmishes, you know, them fighting against being arrested and all of that type of stuff. Don't be surprised if it gets a little volatile. We live in those times. All right, and I just typed this in. What could it mean when a country locks its borders? All right. When a country, of course, AI, and they got it where AI is all answering everything. Okay. And that's the thing. Uh, you're going to be given the information. Um, and it's somewhat, on point anyway. But, you know, they're going to have this AI thing really set up everywhere. All right. And it's going to be the basis of AI. I mean, of course, how can I say this? AI is going to be driven with a certain purpose. It's going to have its own doctrine, so to speak. And of course, it's the elite, whatever the elite set it to, and we know what that is. We know exactly what they're trying to do. All right, when it comes to the global warming, when it comes to the police state, when it comes to defectors and all of that, they got a philosophy. I mean, a doctrine behind it. All right, okay, and they're giving life unto the image of the beast. Okay, so it says. When a country locks its borders, it means they are significantly restricting or completely preventing people from entering or leaving their territory, right? Because it's a roundup now. Okay, it's essentially an insurrection. I guess you could say, against certain people, particular people. But again, like I said, this has always been ambiguous because it's going to grow from this to something else. They're going to have an excuse to round people up. And we know about Rex 84 and those concentration camps, right? If you don't look it up, Rex 84, all right, I remember the Elder Gabar was bringing this out a while ago, all right, bringing out the concentration camps and how they're already in America, all right, and they're going to find good use for them in the times to come, all right, which is now, okay. Um, it says this is usually due to a serious security concern, right? This is going to be right, and guess what? You people, you asked for it, all right. Get those immigrants out of our country, all right. They blame Biden and Kamala for um, allowing the open border policies, right? Which again, you know, and they're supposed to be on the left side of the spectrum as far as politically, and then you got the right side of the spectrum, which has now been inaugurated in Naga, and one hand washes the other, so to speak. All right, now you see the left paradigm, which is this is the perfect takeover. All right, and this is the perfect way that they're able to bring forth an agenda. All right, because you know, whether left paradigm, right paradigm, they're working together to ultimately towards a final goal. They create chaos and they create the order, as we can see. And the rules is essentially being have been exposed to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay, so and I'm pretty much going in the spirit on this one. So Salaki, I'm gonna bring out some precepts as well. So it says this is public health crisis, all right, which we have one, and then they're continually saying that they're projecting that we're gonna have another one, right, out of their own mouths, all right. This is on, and this is this is open for everybody to see, all right. It says or political instability, right, effectively closing their borders to most travel and migration, okay, limited entry, okay. Um, Since only essential personnel like diplomats or citizens returning home might be allowed to enter. All right. And of course, these things are going to get stricter. This is stricter checks, increased scrutiny at border checkpoints, including enhanced document verification and health screenings, right? And this screams digital ID, digital ID, digital identification. All right. Real ID. All right. And they've been pushing for that for years. All right, and I believe in Wisconsin there's a due date or a mandatory date where you're supposed to have that real ID. All right, your online or digital ID. You're supposed to have that. Okay. Reasons for closure: public health emergencies, political instability, security threats, and that's what we've been having over the years. All right, and they've been saying it. All right, important considerations. All right, impact on trade and economy. We are in a trade war. All right, which can affect us, especially with Canada and other countries, which could affect us. All right, humanitarian concerns. Um, of course, can prevent people seeking asylum or fleeing conflict from reaching safety. Legal framework. All right, countries generally have the right to control their border, and I think I seen something the other day that says 70% of the world is ran by dictators, right? This is what you call a dictatorship. All right, okay. So this is the beginning. All right, this is it. Trump says ICE can arrest people at churches, and schools, directs agencies to use common sense. Which we already know this gonna get out of hand. It's gonna get out of hand. It's gonna get out of hand. All right. Federal immigration, Washington. All right, and fair use is only news. I'm only going into the news. All right. Federal immigration authorities will be permitted to arrest people and carry out enforcement actions in and near places such as churches and schools, marking a departure from a long-standing policy to avoid so-called sensitive areas. Homeland Security Secretary Benjamin Huffman announced the end of two directives. Slocket. I said derivatives. Directives in a statement, giving agents more authority over whether they carry out enforcement and eliminating a legal pathway for immigrants or migrants seeking to come to the United States. Criminals will no longer be able to hide in America's schools and churches to avoid arrest. So these people are going to be identified as criminals. Don't be surprised if they start gunning these people down for resisting or whatever, because that's a thing too. Okay. So you talk about Jacob's trouble and watch how this thing, how it goes, kind of goes on to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Watch how they flip the script. All right. That's coming too. All right. So these people are criminals. All right. According to Trump, according to the legislation. Forget what Trump's saying. You got to know what's written in the laws that they're passing. All right. It says the Trump administration will not tie the hands of our brave law enforcement. You see, he's been giving them immunity, right? There's a reason they're covering their own asses. Okay. You had Biden pardon, gave Fauci a pardon, right? Why? Because they're doing evils, right? And they're using their laws and legislation and their executive power to free the criminals, the real criminals, right? Right? Who had a hand in criminally, putting legally but criminally putting people to death by way of I'll say lethal injection. I'll say that, right? The Trump administration will not tie the hands of our brave law enforcement, and instead trust them to use common sense. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You gonna trust the cops to use common sense? No, inside joke. It's a key example of how enforcement is going to be different under the new Trump administration from the Biden administration. See, so Biden set y'all up, and Trump is about to knock you down. Okay, and y'all asked for this is what the people been asking for, right? And but it's only gonna grow worse, right? Okay, it's gonna expand into something evil. Evil, evil is good, and Yeah, I seen this. See Trump react to Reverend's plea to have mercy on immigrants, LGBTQA. See, we said, man, this thing is happening day one. All right, day one. Okay, watch what ensues. All right, shortly after. Okay, look at this. The Russian spot, boy, nickname Vladimir. Uh, but yeah, man, and boy, that got evil written all over it, man. I'm telling you. All right, so now for the precepts. All right. Um, Revelations 12 and 12, really. All right. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. And let's go into that word wrath. Okay. And it says, woe. We'll do this piece by piece, right? Uh,
Strong's G 3759. Uai. Uai.
Why? All right, and this is for the word woe. All right. Don't give it. It doesn't give us much, but we know what woe is. A let's see here. Oops, how'd that happen? It says the meaning of woe right here, used to express grief, regret, or distress, and that's essentially what's coming. Distress. All right. How to use woe in a sin. Well, yeah. All right. So it's the people are going to be distressed. Okay. That's what's coming. That's what's here. All right. It said, "Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, the devil, all right, is come down unto you having great wrath." All right. Let's go into the word wrath. The Greek word thumos.
Strong's G 2372. Thumas.
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 Thumas. This is wrath, fierceness, indignation, right? And the authorities, these people who they want these immigrants out, this this is this is what they're gonna be filled with. Right? This is my country. You know, right? They already hot, man. That they gotta share their country with niggas, Mexicans, and or North American Indians, right? They're already pissed. Okay. And so these people are gonna be rooting, literally rooting for these, evils in certain things like the rounding up of families and you better believe they're gonna be separating people, man. And they don't give a damn, bro. It's all gonna be in the name of restoring this country. All right. It's all gonna be in the name of the new golden age. All right. This is here passion, angry, heat, anger, forthwith boiling up as and soon subsiding again. You see? So and that's what we're gonna see a lot of the Edomites in that spirit. We're gonna see the real hatred. We're gonna see that, right? Okay. So it says glow adore the wine of passion and inflaming wine, like as if one was drunk and mad, right? Is this which either drives the drinker mad or kills him with its strength. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, they're gonna be moving with a certain passion, a certain hate, right? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay, and they want, all right, they want control. They need control. All right. So this is here Habakkuk 2, Habakkuk chapter 2. All right. Let's start at 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. All right. And we've been telling you about the vision, starting with our apostles, elders on down. All right. Of things to come. All right. We've been warning you. All right. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And we're seeing it speak and not lie. We're seeing the infrastructure of the beast system. All right. Which is going to be set up to cut people off. If you don't, subscribe to it, for lack of better words. You know, and then we got the tyranny. All right, which is set in. Okay, all right, okay. So going back, oops. All right, so that vision is not lying. It's speaking very clearly. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. All right. And we know these devils are lifted up with what? Pride. Okay. And their souls, man, they're maligned. All right. They're malignant and they're looking for blood, man. All right. It says, but the just shall live by his faith. Okay. And this is what we're gonna have to get through the times is believing on Yahweh Shai. All right. Not only believing, but walking in his footsteps and doing his works to the best of our ability. All right. See here. Okay. I'm not gonna be too long. So two and Habakkuk 2 and 5, it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. Right. That's his policy, basically. All right. And we see him with his policies are involving or evolving to, right, to divide and conquer. Okay. and ultimately is going to be to exterminate, right? It says he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, all right, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, all right, because, and that's what his desire is like death, right? Okay, and death is like a spreading fire which cannot be quenched because death takes a victim every second. Okay, and so this is how this is his tenacious, his essentially his appetite. All right, okay, in the earth it says, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these things take up right? So he's trying to what? He's trying to gather unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. All right, so he wants to control. He wants. I always use the term consolidate, which it just means to expand, control, right? He wants to cover the earth. All right. He wants his control. He wants to be dominant over everything. All right. And this is the godlike complex that these Edomites have. Okay. Okay. Second Ezra 9 and 19. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed. All right. And by a law which is unsearchable rid themselves. That's why that man didn't put his hand on the Bible. They're not going according to the laws set in the Bible. All right. They're going according to their own malignant um way. All right. Okay, which is to what they have always been doing. All right. Uh rape, robbing, and stealing, all right, or murdering. Okay. And this is how the devil has always been getting his way to the top. And what I mean by devil, I mean the so-called white man. All right, and his power structure, his establishment. Uh, so it says, yeah. So we read that, right? They rid themselves of that law, all right, which is God's law, and that's Psalms 50 goes into that. All right, or is it 58? Yeah, it's 58. All right, let's see. No, it's 50. Slovakia. Got to be 50 or 55. Yep. 50 and 16. So it says, Psalms 50 and 16, but unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, right? Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. Yep. Okay. So they're not pulling from what the scriptures is saying. They're casting that word behind them. They've taken that word and used it as, a ploy for validation. All right. You know, so it says, when thou seest a, okay, so that's it. Yeah. Going back. Okay. Second Ezra 9 and 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it. All right. And the device is their thoughts, their intent. Okay. All right. Because their intent, again, is a evil, and they have evil intentions for the world. Right. They believe that, uh, that the Israelites are insignificant and that we need to be moved out of the way. All right, and then bringing in certain systems, which is going to allow them to easily do that. All right, especially they're going to be able to see if you're Americanized, or not, if you're with it or not, and then they're going to be able to use those systems to eliminate you out of the picture. Okay, so it says, yep, yep, yep. So in peril is danger. Okay, because it's coming imminently. All right. And this is my last precept, the reign of a righteous king, because this is what we're looking for. Psalms 72 and 1. It says, oh God. Oh, it says, give the kings thy judgments. All right, oh God, and thy righteousness unto the king's son. All right. He shall judge thy people with righteousness and thy poor with judgment. Okay. And we know who our king is. All right. All right. It says the mountains shall bring peace to the people, and the hills, or in the little hills, by righteousness, he shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressor. Okay. They shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endure throughout all generations. Okay, because ultimately the Lord is going to save the poor. This is what I want to get from this precept. The point being Psalm 72:4. He shall judge the poor of the people, because that's who the war is against. It's a war. The war, Esau's war, is against the poor. All right, and needy, and those who haven't any protection for themselves. Right, he shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressor. Because this is what is going to result. Isaiah 59:19. He's going to set up a standard eventually when these evils, when this devil start to turn on everyone. They will turn on everyone. Believe me, all right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor. Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, Shamar Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles, elders, a great millstone. Shalom to you. I keep pushing the work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.